So yeah, man, what a great football game we had on Sunday.
Awesome.
Big win over the tenants of
Awesome.
Minnesota Vikings. I just have to say, big shout out to Jamison Williams getting that touchdown. People can say whatever. It doesn't happen if Harrison Smith is in there, but the Vikings defense is reeling. They've been bad the last 4 weeks, and the Lions offense is ascending. So I feel like that's what you do. You expose the ugly and you punish them. That's exactly what they did. And I feel like Ben Johnson's offensive game plan. Sorry, guys, I'm going right into Lions because that intro was awesome. But his game plan was fantastic.
Amazing.
They handled their business. Shout out to B for picking them. Hollywood, you and I did not. But anyway, that's what we wanted. And I feel like the Lions right now have a grand opportunity in front of them. You got the defense playing better. Jared Goff is playing some of the best football of his career.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think, the run game, they're mixing it up. I mean, we're 3 deep at running back. You got Justin Jackson scoring touchdowns.
Amazing.
You got Penei Sewell coming. Like, what a great ballsy call. And you could see Sewell lining up as a wide receiver coming across the trap block. And to set that up, it was calculated, dude. That's what I love about it. As a football guy, as a former coach, it just you witness little things like that, and you love to see it.
That was such a ballsy call, man.
How about the punt though?
The fake punt. Yeah. Amazing. They played at such a high level.
Yeah,
such a high level. A very complete game. As soon as you think it's the same old Lions, here they come out. You know what? They beat on Jaguars last week. Jaguars go into Tennessee and beat a pretty damn good Tennessee team and smoke them.
Yeah.
And then we take care of a 10-win team this past Sunday.
100%.
And they just annihilated them. It wasn't even close. The closest it got was 7-7. After that, it was over, man. Yeah. They just kept rolling it up. The foot was on the gas, boys.
And they shut. I told my brother, little Drew, I was like, listen, one of two things have to happen. Either they shut down Dalvin Cook or they shut down Jefferson. They got Jefferson last time. Run game, they let him, kind of gash him in the run game. So they smashed the run game, closed it up. Jefferson's going to get his. He's a great wide receiver.
Yeah.
We're going to give him 224, 200.
Career high.
It's stupid. I mean, and you lost.
But that's what I'm saying. If you take down what they do best, and that's what they did, they shut the run game down, got a couple turnovers, dude, that's huge. That's how you beat good teams.
Yeah.
Great offensive call playing. Excellent clock management. For the first time, maybe you can actually see it, how they took that time down to get the field goal, seal the deal. I mean, is that not, Philly, the sign of a better football team? They're going in the right direction, guys.
Oh, by far, you could tell it's a total different, democracy.
1-6, we weren't talking this, man. No. Couldn't believe it.
It was because you knew their talent. They shouldn't have been 1-6. That's where the frustration was. Why are we 1-6 right now?
Right.
We shit the bed with Philly. We'll give Philly that one. But all them other teams, them were winnable games. We were right there winning. We just didn't finish. You imagine where they'd be right now? 10 wins already.
Imagine if you force Seattle to punt one time. You win that game. Or imagine if you get one stop, at Minnesota, or you get that first down. You know what I mean? If that sequence changes, we're in a driver's seat. Fellas, we're looking at a 2-game above 500 position.
Look, it's a 27% chance you're going to make the playoffs. Right now, as it stands, 27% chance. Either you're half full, half empty glass kind of guy.
Right.
I love the momentum they have going right now. These are beatable teams. Going to New York this upcoming weekend is not going to be easy.
No, absolutely not.
I don't think the next 2 are going to be easy.
Right? And wouldn't it just be a shit parade if they end up going to Lambeau the last game of the season? Because remember, there's a flex schedule the NFL can call.
Right.
If it comes down to that game on a Sunday night or a Saturday night, primetime game for all the marbles, say, because, mathematically, Green Bay's still in it too.
Right.
Man, I love the direction of where they're going right now.
Yeah.
And that rookie to get that touchdown, phenomenal, man.
Yeah,
but Green Bay's got to beat them other teams. We've already beat Chicago and Minnesota.
That's true. We've won some division games.
Yeah,
I believe we have a game lead. Well, Green Bay's 5-8.
I'm not sure if they're 5-8.
Right now, it's maybe Washington who we have to worry about.
Yes,
I believe Washington plays New York this upcoming.
And we
weekend.
beat Washington.
Yep. I'm not mistaken.
You got the tiebreak over Washington and the Giants. You don't have it over Seattle, so you're going to have a better record.
Yes.
Yeah, Washington's at home against the Giants.
And the Cowboys. You lost to the Cowboys. So if they continue to fall and the Eagles, win that division, you're not going to pass the Cowboys at this point. But it's right there in front of them. If they take care of business and win out, even they could probably lose one more and still get in. this matchup is huge on
A lot of help.
Is it Saturday or Sunday this week?
Their Saturday games were not part of that Saturday schedule.
Okay. All right. So we're
It's gonna be
Sunday. That's right. And you can't sleep on any of these teams moving forward because 3 out of the 4 are on the road.
They got Carolina.
Notoriously, you struggled on the road. Your offense is going to be the same. Can that defense rise to the occasion and continue to step up and get better?
I think
That's going to be the key because I feel like your offense is going to move the ball, score points, but that defense has to hold because you're going to be New York's an ugly, gritty team, just like you are.
yeah.
And you're going to be outside in the elements.
They have a better front line
Right.
on the defense. And they got them flashy running backs as well. That Knight, he runs hard. You got Carter,
Yeah.
you know, but White is banged up, the quarterback.
Let's take a listen, guys, to the locker room.
You talk about you guys being ready to go. You guys have been ready to go for 6 weeks, man. That's the way to come out and set the tone for the day.
Yes, sir.
That's exactly what you guys did. You didn't bat an eye. And guess what? It wasn't quite the cleanest game either. But that's okay, man. We did what we had to do, and we took control of that game. I want you guys to enjoy this because we earned that. We're earning all of them right now. You're playing good football. All right? We got to keep going. We're into the next one, and the Jets are coming up. We got to be ready to go. It's a physical freaking team. We're going up to their place. Listen, man, our guys played hard, and they believed in the game plan, and they executed it. You know, it wasn't perfect, but I think that shows signs of growth. Again, you know, the fact we didn't play a perfect game, but we did what we had to do to win that. We've gotten better in all areas. Our defense made plays when we needed them, and our offense was able to control that game. And grit. I was proud of them. I thought 2 of the biggest plays were Isaiah Buggs, the sack fumble right before halftime that Kirby got, and then you know, our punt unit. Just on the fake punt there was C.J. Moore. You know, those guys, Pitt and Grit and Rodriguez and Cabinda, and then C.J. running. It was just a hell of a job, you know. So, but our guys, you know, I was proud of them. It's a good win. Grit.
A lot of grit. I got to give Mike White some credit here, though. Check this out. So he left the game in the second quarter after a hit to the ribs, came back 2 plays later, got hit in the ribs again, third quarter, and left the game second time, got x-rays, returned, starting of the fourth, and finished the game. That guy's tough, too. That guy has grit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough. That's what these NFL
But
players
he's
go through.
banged up.
And, you know,
Buffalo hurt him.
Yeah. Jeff Okudah, same thing. He battled the illness, got in there, played well first
That's
half.
what I'm talking about.
Then you got guys like Jerry Jacobs having a phenomenal season under the radar, coming back from an injury. You know, that play he made down in the goal line on Justin Jefferson to swat that ball away, fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're getting these these people contributing, you know, that not necessarily high draft picks, guys they got off the street, off the practice squad. And that's why I think for the first time in a long time, guys, we have depth and we have coaches coaching up the depth to fill in, because how many injuries have we had on the offensive line?
Oh, God.
A lot.
You know what I mean? A constant, you know, slew of guys on the defensive line. Secondary, same thing.
In a war, he got benched. He's on the bench.
Exactly. The only reason he played Sunday was because Okudah went out of the game.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
You know, and
He's on the dog. He's on in the dog pen.
I'm thrilled at this point. You know, I predicted 7 games. So regardless of what happens the rest of the year, they got to get one more. I'm happy with the progress, but at this point, why not? Let's go for it. Let's get in there. Anything
you
can
have
happen.
to.
You got one of the best offenses in the league, clearly. And in a improving defense, why not go for it?
Or is
You know
the
what I mean?
pick there?
Why not us?
Is the pick in the head?
Who cares about the pick? You got the Rams pick now. You're going to have a top 5 pick, no
Right.
doubt.
But you win. Yeah, you got the Rams. If they keep winning, that pick's going up. It's going away from that.
That doesn't. At this point, it doesn't matter though. You're still going to get 2 good freaking players, no matter what.
May not be the one you want,
Right?
but they're going to be good players,
For sure.
and they may be able to fit. Maybe it's a little something that you know, you're not going to get Anderson. You know, but maybe something for you to trade down to.
Right.
You understand? So we'll see. We got to win. That shows integrity and poise and bring it into next year.
Yeah.
That shows me some, okay, now you're tied right now with Patricia. I like that. That's where we're going. That's why they bring you in here, because you're better than him.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But if you was to sit there and be with a 3-game, it's unacceptable.
There's something to be said about how hard these guys play for Dan Campbell.
Yes,
Though. The
yeah.
last time you could say that, because clearly it wasn't the case with Patricia, but with Jim Caldwell, it was. You know, guys would go to war for him. He was a different type of cat. He was more, you know, very, you know, religious cat, more laid back, chill. Dan Campbell's more of a, you know, just wears his heart on his sleeve type of cat. which either way, I feel like you can win, right?
Mhm.
And these guys buy in, they believe in that. And he, like B said, the clock management, getting better, learning from his mistakes. I think last year was just a wash. He's like, fuck it, I'm going for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's,
I agree with that.
Let's build some toughness amongst these guys. We got nothing to lose, just wing it mentality. But now, like, dude, had he had that in the beginning of the season, look where you could have been. But you can't look at hindsight.
Right. Yeah,
you are
no.
literally in the hunt. That's all we wanted is play meaningful football in December, dude.
That's it.
And here we are.
And
Go get it done, man.
Goff is playing at a high level. Let's not take any way.
Yeah,
take
oh, yeah,
anything away
absolutely.
from
Leadership.
what he's doing right now.
Him
Absolutely.
and Johnson got a good thing together. But just imagine if we were sitting here right now and we're 3-11. What taste would you have in your mouth right now?
Grit.
It's disgusting.
Shit.
Yeah.
Think about it. Disgusting where you're at right now. And knowing that this is where you should be.
Yeah.
And I maybe lesson learned the first half. There was a lesson learned
Right.
because you're the ball club that should be where you're at right now.
Yeah.
You're making the moves, stepping up, different arrangements. Your offense doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like you said, Goff stepping up in the pocket.
Yeah.
I need 10, but I'm going to take 7. I'm going to slide instead of staying there and getting sacked.
Well, let me ask you guys this. Clearly, him coming in, we looked at him as a stopgap quarterback. Now, with what you've seen thus far, sample size, you got a year and 3 quarters in. Are you comfortable with him moving forward?
I mean, he's gluing himself into a
Absolutely.
starting position
Absolutely.
right now. At this level he's playing at right now, who's any better out there to get?
You can't bring a young guy and go, here's your team.
I mean,
No, not with this team.
look what it did for Green Bay. You can bring a guy in and, you're going to win football games.
And now they're
It's gonna
begging,
wreck a locker
they're
room.
begging Rodgers. Will you come back next year?
Well, look at the money this
Why? What happened? What, Love's not good enough? That was the guy you went out and got.
right.
Right.
See? Now you're begging him to come back next year.
Now they're saying that if Rodgers comes back, Love might want to get traded. You don't want to sit another year. So that's what you run into. Lions don't have Sudfeld's not going to take over for Goff.
Okay, Love, we can take you.
Goff has earned his spot though. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's no
He's earned
doubt.
his stripes, man.
You don't want to just like Lamar Jackson we talked about. If the season went how it was going, then yeah, you want to upgrade immediately. But they got chemistry, man. They got some mojo, serious mojo going.
And look
here.
at the injury. We may
I
deal
think
with that.
if you derail that really destroys a football team. It'll kill the locker room. What the hell? We had a good thing going here. Let's build on that. I feel like you want to stay the course at least another season. I'm not
There's
saying,
no
I'm not
there's no
saying
doubt.
re-sign him for another 5 or another.
No, our quarterback is Caleb Williams. That's who will be our quarterback. Hopefully. He's going back to college. We don't need a quarterback this year. You got Goff. Now when Caleb's ready in a year or two, now he's got 2 years on him. Hopefully Goff's still playing hot. Come on, big boy. I may go somewhere else and get paid, but I could take you under my wing. Perfect win-win situation. You know what I'm saying? But you can't go and convert back now.
And that's a lot of hand claps and ass pats at that point. Goff might not want to do that at that point.
Right,
I'm a
right.
guy. I've been here through the trenches. Why not
Exactly.
pay me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But you're always going to have those situations. You look at like Pat Mahomes and Alex Smith. That team was winning at the time, but hey, got these younger kids, phenomenal generational talent. We're taking a flight, moving in a different direction. So I mean, we'll see where we are, next year. But this year, I'm going all in on the defense in the draft, dude.
Oh, you have to.
You have to.
You have to.
We're
That's
hurting.
clearly your Achilles heel. Your offense is pretty much set. You might be able to add a receiver, get another lineman or a tight end, but everything else is good, dude. I just feel like that defensive side of the ball still has gaps.
Yeah. It does.
Fill
Oh, yeah.
those,
You're going
complete
D.
your
You
team.
got to go D.
Now you're ready
Got to go
contend.
D.
Go back to this offense, though. The X factor. This Jameson Williams, dude. I know it was his first game back, but that kid I was at the game. I specifically focused on his route running. He is fast.
See how small he is, though?
Yeah, he's a string bean, but ridiculously fast. Like he was just running plays. He was happy to be out there. It's his first NFL game,
for
right?
sure.
Yeah, they're just snooching him up in there.
He caught the bomb. He got wide open, but when he was doing his little breakaways on these DBs, they were spinning around.
Did you see where he had to slow down for that ball?
Yes.
And the reason why,
He's
because
lightning, man.
he threw it up like this.
Right.
He didn't throw it on the 1 o'clock incline. He threw that fucker up like this.
Well, that's rapport too. He hasn't been, doing it.
Yeah, right. Them too. Yeah.
This could be a dangerous. You put him on the other
Oh, it's
side.
going
of
to be.
St. Brown.
Yeah.
You get a big man, you get that big tight end we're talking about, like you said, but it's all got to be defense focused going into 2023.
I want to
got to build it, man.
Go ahead.
No, DJ Chark. Would you feel like bringing him back with him being healthy now? He's kind of a stud.
I do. I give him another year contract, I think.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
To get Jameson, more weight on him and everything like that. Why not? Beasley's coming back to Buffalo. He's signing
that. Yeah. Beasley signed a contract to go play in Buffalo.
Love that guy.
T.Y. Hilton to Dallas. No Odell, huh?
He didn't want to do the physical either.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't want to do the physical because he always had a bum knee. But T.Y. Hilton going to Dallas, played for the Colts, right?
Yeah. Is that going to be big, though, T.Y. Hilton? Though? I mean, really?
I was wondering why he hasn't been picked up. But maybe same situation as Odell, just waiting for the right spot.
Yeah, but
that could definitely help him.
I don't think Odell wants to come back. Said he don't want to play in regular season games. It's meaningless. Yeah. He wants to be in I mean, how do you go from the street?
He wants to go because he wants to, I want to be in the big game.
Right. He wants to be in the big game. Pay me the big money. But I mean, if you're an NFL owner, you got to still come on and do your physical.
What happens when you blow a hammy the first game?
Yeah. And
now you shoot a team.
If I'm a playoff team gelling and I'm rolling, I'm not benching one of my starters for you to come in and take his carries and catches. You're going to be a piece here, dude. You're not going to be a focal point. So he would have to be 100% on board with that.
Terry Bradshaw, Strahan said it very simple. Detroit is one of the most dangerous teams you don't want to play now.
I couldn't believe my ears. I see that segment. Yeah, that was on the wrap up.
You don't want to play that team now.
Strahan goes, hey, man, he had that gap going, bro.
Oh, yeah. Why don't he fill that?
They built for speed. They're the team you want to be watching out for right now.
Yeah.
And of course, Bradshaw's doing is like, they're a good team. And Howie Long never gives us props.
Oh, he hates us.
I mean, he's got that flat top going. I don't even think John is there half the time.
He's sitting there for 30 years.
Jimmy's still in Florida fishing, man.
Well, he was in the studio this week, though, man. He barely could.
I know, but his mind's in Florida.
I believe you're right.
But Jimmy, he's on. I'm going to tell you, them Detroit Lions. Watch out, that team right there. destined to be winners. I know I can tell you about them Cowboys.
Well, I tell you. Hey, Cameron, talk about the Cowboys, man.
Yeah, he likes that. He like them. That's dangerous team, that Detroit right there. He goes,
they are. Yeah.
You remember when I took over them Cowboys, that first year, it was very bad. They come back.
It's good to have meaning.
They see it
right now, guys.
They see it. The guy at work trying to tell you, I still don't understand. Listen, guys, why anyone
that was C Rebel there
would take that and trade up for that guy that's not playing. I said, hold on, wait a minute,
take it easy.
When they added these guys up in their numbers, he was still over by 40 points, being injured. Now, when the guy gets on the field, you're going to see why they moved up to get him, and it shows.
Yeah, absolutely. I just got this one stat on St. Brown too. Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown is the first wide receiver in the NFL history to accumulate 150 receptions and 150 rushing yards for the first 30 games of his playing career.
How you doing? 10 years. You got him for 10 years.
This guy's more than a fucking
Hey,
10 years you got him.
Stud, man.
Absolutely. And the story about how he keeps track of all those receivers of how
I love it,
how they're playing and stuff like that. It's amazing. You got that chip on his shoulder, man.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about, man, he targets.
Yeah.
He's going to remind everybody, you didn't draft me. You didn't pick me, just like Hutchinson did.
He wanted his boy over here, though, London, though.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
He said, hey, man, he's a real deal. He's over in Atlanta. He said he wanted him over here over
Can we just say this? This has been, I know there's people that listen here and say, well, what about when they were taking knees during, we all got past that, right?
Right.
NFL is such a machine. And it's the funnest freaking sport to watch.
It is. I remember when you asked a question about college or pro, and I said I was leaning more towards college, but the last 2 years of the NFL have been absolutely amazing. It brought me right back in.
32
me
teams.
All in again.
Yeah, but look what we were going through.
A little bit.
That's why.
Yeah.
We had no choice. And then we observed in, got in. But, you also, here's another guy who's taken a lot of heat, and I've been wanting to put it on him, was Angeloni. That guy has really stepped his game up. And that is the reason why I believe now Campbell had him to, show the young ones, which is he doing. This is where you got to play. Will he be here next year? Probably not.
Right.
But for his time being here, you got to give it to him.